three. My darling, I love you, 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 I love you. Welcome back, loves. Today we're just gonna sit and we're gonna kick it for a minute. It's kind of a mental health check-in to see how y'all are doing during this fine pandemic. So it's like, how are you feeling? Is your anxiety higher? Are you eating more? Do you feel isolated? However you're feeling, please drop it down in the comments and let me know. Personally, the pandemic has been a wild ride for me. It's been from anxiety highs to anxiety lows. I'm thankful to be alive. But one thing that the pandemic did do for me was reminded me that one, life is short, and two, that I matter. As women, will generally take on several hats. We're significant others, we're moms, we're daughters, we're sisters, we're friends, and all of those hats generally take more precedence in our life over just being us and being true to what makes us happy. And I found out during the pandemic that that's how I lived my life, in service to everybody else. I want to make sure that my husband is happy. I want to make sure that my kids are happy. I want to make sure my parents are happy. I want to make sure my siblings are happy. My friends are happy. You can call me any time of night, any time of day. What do you need? What can I do? Right? I lived my life in service. Partially because my love language is acts of service. So that's how I lived my life. I love people the way that I want to be loved. But what I found out along the way is I wasn't getting that in return, nor was I giving it to myself. And so that's where the problem came in at. So one day I was scrolling down Facebook and I saw something that said, do your love language for yourself, right? That's a paraphrase because it didn't exactly say that, but it's just basically practicing your love language on you. And so I'm like, what could that hurt? So what I did was I took some time by myself and I made a list of things. I set boundaries for myself. One, I realized that I didn't have boundaries in my life. You know, there are things that I didn't want people to do to me, but I never said, hey, stop, that's not okay. Or allow me this time to myself. So I created a list of boundaries and I felt so free just by saying, not right now. Not that I'm not available, but I'm not available, not right now. And it just forced people to respect me and my time, whether they wanted to or not. Because once I wrote it, I felt like I had to follow it. You can't make a list of boundaries and then don't follow it, because if you do, then people will never respect you. So what I made a top priority is me time. That means that I get to spend anywhere from 5 hours to 24 hours by myself. That means no one can say, mom, honey, babe, daughter, sister, cousin, can you? No, I absolutely cannot. This time is set out for me and my Zen space so that I can relax, relate, and tap into what it is that I need, what it is that I'm lacking. Because what I found out was that I was bottling all of my feelings down inside. I'm what you call a compartmentalizer, right? So everything has a box, right? Oh, these bad feelings. Oh, I can't deal with that right now. Put this in that box. Oh, I'm overwhelmed over here. Don't worry about that. Put that in this box. And I would just continue to go on with my life, not knowing that these boxes were stacking up and starting to bubble over. So taking the mental health break a day, 5 hours, 2 hours, whatever that I can steal away from myself a week allows me to just release and deal with whatever it is that's going on in my life, right? And so that was one of the most freeing things that I could have ever done for myself. Also, I started doing things for myself that I was sitting around waiting on other people to do for me. You know, when you're in a relationship, you're always looking for romance and, oh, when is the next nice thing that my husband's going to do for me? Or, oh, is my husband going to surprise me with flowers today? Or are we going to go, on that special date today? Just, as women, there are things that we want that we don't want to have to ask for. Because then it, kind of takes away the value of it if I had to ask for it, right? I know we complicated, fellas, but, that's just the truth. Sometimes you want things and you don't want to have to ask for it. But what I realized, what I was doing to myself was I was limiting the amount of love I could give myself, the amount of love, the amount of fun, because I was only allowing myself to have it if somebody else did it for me. So that Facebook post did an amazing thing because it made me be like, no, if you want something, go get it. Like, my favorite floral arrangement in this world is white roses and calla lilies. I absolutely love it. I think it's the most beautiful floral arrangement. But I got tired of waiting on my husband to give them to me, So what did I do? I got on the horn and I called a number and I ordered myself some flowers. And I was so excited when I knew that they were going to be delivered, because it was like a kid on Christmas, like, oh, my present's coming today, my present's coming today. And I was so excited when they got here. Now, then they got here and it was a hot mess, okay? There was a lot of brown on my white flowers. So I was very unhappy about that. But I didn't let it take away from the fact that I had given myself flowers. I remembered that I mattered and I loved me, and I wanted to show me how much I loved me. So I'm not going to blast the flower company that did it, because they have since said that they're going to rectify the situation, and I'll get a new bouquet of flowers next week. Now, come next week, if them flowers look like these flowers, then we're going to have a whole conversation about who they are and why we shouldn't spend our money with them. But we're going to give them a chance to fix it. But just knowing that I had done something for me, it wasn't for my kids, it wasn't for my husband, it wasn't my birthday, it's just a Tuesday. It felt amazing. And I feel like as women, that's what we need to do for ourselves. Whatever makes us the most happiest in this world, do it for yourself. Don't wait on your husband. Don't wait on your kids. Do it for yourself. One of the things that Will and Jada Smith said that I really agreed with was, it's not your job to make someone else happy. It's their job to be happy within themselves. And I feel like as women, we forget that. We forget about making us happy because we're always so busy trying to make someone else happy. So I'm on a journey to make myself happy. And I love Jada Pinkett Smith for that, because she made it okay for me not to be okay. She made it okay for me to be crying in my bed, not knowing why, not being happy at the direction that my life was taking, because that's life. And we go through things and it's okay. And there's another side to it. You come out on the other side. And for that, I'm forever grateful. Entanglement to be damned. I really don't care anything about that. But I do feel like she's a kindred soul to me in the it's okay to focus on you. And that's the hardest thing that I've ever been able to do, is just focus on what makes me happy. Now, there are a few things in life that make me happy no matter what's going on. It don't cost a whole lot of money. One of which is coffee, okay? My life revolves around a cup of coffee. If I haven't had my coffee, you don't really want to talk to me. Anybody who knows me will tell you that. Like, yeah, let her have her coffee. My nerves be on edge. I don't have patience. I love coffee so much. As you can see, my daughter bought me this cup, and it says Mama needs her coffee, because Mama needs her coffee. Most days, a nice cup of coffee can calm down any anxiety, any feelings that I'm having. I'm like, okay, I've had my coffee. I can go on with my day. I can get through, whatever. Prince is another thing that makes me absolutely happy. And one of my very good friends bought me this shirt. It's Prince and the Revolution, the Purple Rain actual shirts. And she also bought me an amazing pillow that has different pictures of Prince throughout his life and a picture of me, and absolutely still the best present I've ever gotten in my life because I love Prince. If you know me, I'm a purple hippie. You better not say nothing bad about him. He's the absolute greatest, okay? He is the artist. He is the myth. He is the legend. He is Prince. So those are just small things that I find joy in. Popping on some Prince, having a cup of coffee. But I guess the purpose of this video today is to just have a real conversation with you guys. We as women, specifically Black women, don't really think about our mental health. We have been taught for a long time that it's not okay to not be okay. That there's something wrong with you if you can't handle it all, if you're overwhelmed. It's a lie. That's life and everybody goes through it, which is why you'll see some people who they bury their troubles in the bottom of a bottle, or they have angry outbursts and you be like, hey, why is cousin TT always acting a fool? Because cousin TT can't handle her mental health right now and she doesn't have an outlet or anybody to talk to. Because if she go over there and tell Auntie Sharon gonna tell everybody in the whole family. Or they're gonna talk about it like, yeah, you know she crazy, something wrong with her. No. We are human beings and it's okay to not be okay. I'm gonna say that like several times throughout this video. It's okay to not be okay. And you just have to know what it is that you need to help you fix the issue. Whether it's talking to God, whether it's talking to a therapist. There is nothing wrong with seeking professional help. That's what they get paid for. That's what they do. It's okay. And guess what? They're not going to tell nobody. You can tell them your deepest, darkest secrets, and they don't go any further than that office. And they give you valuable tips and tools on how to deal with those things in a healthy manner. We were raised in the Black community that things that happen at home or happen in the family, they stay in the family. You don't talk about them. Let's keep that hush hush. Oh, it's okay. You know, that such and such did that to you when you were little, but we're not going to talk about that. You know, we don't want to bring that shame on the family. No, that's not okay. If something hurts you, you have a right to talk about it. You have a right to release yourself from it. Because what happens is if you don't talk about it, then it just weighs you down and it affects every aspect of your life without you even realizing that that's what it's doing. And you don't want to do that. So deal with your traumas. We all have them. Deal with them. The therapist might give you writing in your journal, meditation, all of these helpful tools to help you release the things that are weighing you down, the energy that's holding you from being happy, right? So don't let anyone shame you or tell you that it's not okay to seek help. The worst thing that you can do is to not seek help. I also find that having a good group of friends, and not just, your party homegirls, not just your associates where y'all bad boos together. No, like some real friends, so much so that they're more like family than some of your real family. The ones I'm talking about. Those people help you through things in ways that other people never could. Like for me, I have a person and I have a best friend, right? Two completely different people. And they serve two completely different purposes in my life, but they both keep me grounded. They allow me to fall apart, and they pick me up and they put me back together. And that's what friends are for. Like, I can call my best friend at any hour of the day, night, it doesn't matter. And she will pray for me at the drop of a hat. She is constantly covering me. And she will talk me through anything. She'll guide me to where she feels like I need to be, whether it's to talk to her pastor, whether she bought me a book, whatever it is that she can do to keep me spiritually and mentally grounded, she'll do that. My person is the person that I can call her whenever. Girl, and this is it. And she'll be like, who did it? What's up? What I need to do? Or she's like, okay, Well, no, you're not wrong. And that's okay. Or they both check me when I'm wrong, like, girl, no, you tripping. You're doing too much. But that's what you need. You need somebody that's going to hold you accountable, but that's going to love you through it. And there's not anything that I've ever told any of them, either of them, that has ever left the sanctuary of the space between us. And so for that, when I don't have time to go see my therapist, because I have one and I go see her and that's my little homegirl, I be like, hey, what's going on? When can I see you? I need to talk to you because I'm feeling overwhelmed. But when I haven't seen her and in the interim, and sometimes when I just need to hear what a good girlfriend has to say, those are the people that I have. Those are the people that I call. And so you need to have people around you that are a support system and that only want to see you win. The people that cheer the loudest when you're receiving your blessings, when things are going good, the people that you can hear over everybody else. Pay attention to those people because those are the people that mean the most to you. Okay? You don't have time when you don't have it together to be dealing with people that only want to see you fail. People that are talking about you behind your back. People that's talking about you in your face. Because you got those too. Oh, girl, you know I'm just playing with them run over shoes. No, she meant it. Okay? Be careful with what people say to you. Every joke has an ounce of truth. And when you are not mentally okay, you need to protect your space and you need to protect your energy. I spoke about practicing your love language on you. For me, my love language is words of affirmation, acts of service, and gifts, right? So I started, y'all ain't tell me that little piece was sticking up right there. It's all right, I'm gonna wash my hair today. For the flowers, that was me giving myself the gift of one of the things that I wanted most. I bought myself some boots. Can't wait to go pick them up tomorrow. Great Lakes, here I come. Because again, I want to love on me. Acts of service. Me taking the time to take myself out to eat. Take myself to sit by the water. To spend time with me. I'm making it a priority. That's an act of service. I am servicing me. Right? So the same love and energy that I give out in this world, I'm making time to give it back to myself. And when I tell you, it's the hardest thing I've ever done, right? It's foreign to me. I don't really know how to love on me. Why? Because my whole life has been about loving on other people, right? Never really been being given the permission to love you while watching other people be selfish. And not that loving on you is selfish, right? I don't want to put that out there. But you're watching people take that time for themselves and setting boundaries and being very clear about what it is that they will and they won't accept. It's like, why can't I do that? Right? So all I'm saying, guys, during this very, very trying time of 2020 and beyond, because we don't know when Corona is going anywhere, you're going to have a lot of mental breaks. You're going to have a lot of days where you're just like, fam, this ain't it. I'm not feeling this. And in those days, take your time. Flying around. Your children will be okay. Right? They not going to explode if you take 2 hours. Now, I know I say I take anywhere from 5 to 24 hours, right? But I have bigger children. I have 2 grown children and, an almost 14-year-old. So she can very much so fend for herself. But when you're a single parent, right? Because I've been there too. And you don't got nobody to watch the kids and you don't have no whole lot of time. Bedtime, right? That's what I used to do. I would set a bedtime for my children, and when I said it's bedtime, that's exactly what I mean. And I took that time when the house was quiet. So in between them going to sleep and before I would go to sleep, I would set out time if I didn't do nothing but take a bath, have a glass of wine, listen to some music, whatever it was that I needed to mentally prepare myself for the next day to unwind from the current day. That's what I did. So you may not be able to start at 5 hours. take an hour a day. Take an hour every other day. But wherever it is that you can fit it in your life, fit it in. Some days you might only be able to get 15 minutes. Baby, make that 15 minutes the best 15 minutes that you've ever had. There are no excuses. Love you and take time for you. Okay? Because nobody else is going to do that for you. This life is short. We're getting older. We don't want crow's feet. We don't want wrinkles. So love, laugh, enjoy life. But most of all, love you. So again, don't forget to put your mental health check-in down below. I'd love to hear from you. Comment back. Because maybe you're experiencing some of the same things I've experienced. Maybe there's something I can help you with. Maybe there's something you can help me with. But we won't know unless we share with one another. So please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll know when the next video is coming. Share it with your friends and family because we need more people in our community. We're here for each other. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.